Discover the fascinating mysteries of South Africa, a country of endless cultural and natural diversity. From Africa's first national parks, where you can witness the Big Five in the wild, to the giant baobab trees and sparkling beaches with white and black sand, South Africa is a land of surprises. Immerse yourself in its unique history and cultural diversity with exclusive traditional dishes, from bunny chow to biltong. Discover interesting facts and unravel the hidden beauties of South Africa, where everything is an unforgettable adventure. 1. South Africa has a long history of wine production, with vineyards that are hundreds of years old. The Cape Winelands region is famous for producing some of the finest wines, and the area has some of the oldest vineyards in the world. 2. South Africa is home to the impala, one of Africa's fastest antelopes. They can run at speeds of up to 88 kilometers per h, 55 miles per hour, and jump up to 3 meters, 10 feet, to avoid predators. 3. The Cape of Good Hope, located at the southwestern tip of South Africa, is where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet. There is a famous lookout point where visitors can watch the two oceans meet. 4. South Africa has 11 official languages, including Zulu, Xhosa, Afrikaans, and English. The country's linguistic diversity reflects its rich cultural and historical heritage. 5. Gold mining has played a major role in South Africa's history. Explore the world's deepest gold mine, the Tautona Gold Mine, located in Carletonville, which is 3.9 kilometers, 2.4 miles deep, and is one of the deepest gold mining operations in the world. 6. South Africa is home to giant baobab trees, known for their large trunks and long lifespans. Some of the baobabs in South Africa are up to 6,000 years old and can store water in their trunks to survive droughts. 7. Unlike other countries that have only one capital, South Africa has 3 capitals: Pretoria, Cape Town, and Bloemfontein. This is the only country in the world with 3 capitals. Pretoria is the administrative capital, Cape Town is the legislative capital, and Bloemfontein is the judicial capital. Each capital has a different function, contributing to a strong and developed South Africa. 8. The Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg was built on the site of one of the poorest areas during the apartheid era. The museum documents the history and impact of apartheid and sheds light on the stories of struggle and resistance. 9. South Africa was once home to the world's largest diamond, the Cullinan diamond, which weighed 3,106 carats. The diamond was cut into several smaller pieces, the largest of which, named Cullinan I, is set in the British Crown Jewels. 10. There is a small island in Cape Town called Boulders Island, which is home to a large colony of African penguins. The island allows visitors to get up close and personal with the penguins in their natural habitat. 11. South Africa is one of the few places in the world where you can see all of the Big Five: lions, elephants, rhinos, buffalo, and leopards on a single safari. It is also home to the world's largest bird, the hummingbird. 12. Every spring, August to October, the Namaqualand region in northern South Africa becomes a sea of flowers with millions of wildflowers blooming, creating a landscape of vibrant colors. It is one of the most incredible natural phenomena. 13. South Africa has a unique traditional dish called bunny chow, a street food consisting of a piece of bread, usually white bread, that is hollowed out and filled with a meat or vegetable curry. 14. South Africa has one of the world's largest honeycomb forests, located in the Mpumalanga region. These giant beehives were built on trees and were called the Big Tree. 15. Nelson Mandela was not only a great political leader, but also a football enthusiast. He organized many special football matches to raise funds and raise national spirit during the fight against apartheid. 16. South Africa is home to the world's first hotel dedicated to modern hotel guests. The Royal Hotel in Durban, opened in 1840, is considered one of the first hotels to use a modern reservation system. 17. Some of the beaches are famous for their white and black sand. Victoria Bay Beach, near George, is an example of white sand, while Muizenberg Beach near Cape Town is famous for its black sand. 18. South Africans are famous for their special greeting customs. A common tradition is the practice of greeting by lightly headbutting or touching hands and shoulders, which is particularly common among ethnic groups such as the Xhosa. 19. Music and dance play an important role in the cultural life of South Africans. Mbaqanga, a style of African jazz, and Kwaito, a genre of dance music, are very popular. A famous artist, Miriam Makeba, is known for her traditional African music and has helped to highlight South African culture globally. 20. South Africans are famous for their braai, the equivalent of a BBQ, which is an integral part of their culinary culture. Braai is not just a meal, but also an important social activity, often held on weekends and during festivals. 21. South Africans have a rich tradition of entertainment. Traditional games such as Coco, a form of tag, and Mancala, an ancient board game, are still widely played and play an important role in festivals and social events. 22. Rugby is a very popular sport in South Africa. The South African national rugby team, the Springboks, has won the Rugby World Cup 3 times: 1995, 2007, and 2019. This success has promoted sportsmanship and national unity. 23. South Africa became the first African country to win the right to host the World Cup finals with 14 votes, beating Morocco by 4 votes. Thousands of South Africans took to the streets to celebrate the event. 24. South Africans have a long tradition of crafts and arts, including the making of jewelry from precious stones, traditional weaving, and the making of wood and leather artworks. These products are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also bear the cultural imprint of each ethnic group. 25. South Africa is home to many UNESCO-recognized cultural and natural heritage sites. A prominent example is the Cradle of Humankind area near Johannesburg, which contains ancient fossils of human ancestors. 26. South Africa is home to Africa's first national park, Kruger National Park, which was established in 1898. It is one of the world's largest game reserves and has a long history of wildlife conservation and research. 27. South Africa was the first country in Africa and one of the first in the world to legalize same-sex marriage in 2006. This was a major milestone in the history of LGBTQ+ rights on the continent. 28. South Africa is home to the famous Wildlife Research Center, particularly at Addo Elephant National Park. The center focuses on the study and conservation of elephants and other wildlife. 29. South Africa's wine industry has a long history, dating back to the 17th century when Dutch and French missionaries began growing grapes in the Cape Colony. The wine industry has flourished and has become an important part of the South African economy. 30. South Africa is the birthplace of Desmond Tutu, a renowned journalist and human rights activist. He was a pioneer in the anti-apartheid movement and received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984. 31. The Sterkfontein rock formations near Johannesburg are one of the world's most important archaeological sites, containing fossils of human ancestors. The site is part of the Cradle of Humankind World Heritage Site. 32. South Africa has a unique dish called biltong, a dried meat made from beef or monitor lizard. Biltong is dried and seasoned and is a popular dish at picnics and festivals. 33. Despite having more than 2,500 kilometers of coastline, the majority of South Africa's population lives in major cities such as Johannesburg and Pretoria, which are located far from the coast. This is different from many other countries with long coastlines, where the population is concentrated near the sea. 34. Held annually at the beginning of the year, the Cape Town Carnival is a colorful event with parades, music, and dancing. This is an opportunity for South Africans to express their creativity and national pride. 35. In traditional cultures of tribes such as the Zulu and Xhosa, lobola is a marriage ceremony in which the groom must give the bride's family a gift, usually livestock or money, as a sign of respect and commitment. 36. Ubuntu is a popular philosophy of life in South Africa, emphasizing connection, compassion, and humanity in the community. This philosophy is summed up in the famous saying, "I am because we are." 37. South Africa has many unique cultural festivals, such as the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, which brings together artists from all over the world, or the Wine and Flower Festival in Stellenbosch, which celebrates the region's winemaking traditions. 38. South Africa is known as the Rainbow Nation due to its ethnic and cultural diversity. The people here include major ethnic groups such as Zulu, Xhosa, Tswana, Sotho, and South Africans and the West Africans of European, Asian, and Indian descent. Each ethnic group has its own language, customs, and traditions, but all live together in a unified country. 39. South Africa has a tumultuous history with struggles against the apartheid regime. South Africans are known for their resilience and determination in fighting for justice and equality. This has created a strong spirit and steadfast will in the community. 40. The Umhlanga Festival, Reed Festival, is one of the important ceremonies of the Zulu people, taking place every September. Young unmarried girls bring reeds to the Queen, showing respect and preserving tradition. It is also an opportunity for the Zulu community to gather and share cultural values. 41. Ulwaluko is a ceremony that marks the transition from adolescence to adulthood for Xhosa males. The boys undergo circumcision in a period of seclusion in nature to learn the values and responsibilities of being an adult man. 42. The Ndebele people are famous for their colorful home decorations and costumes. This festival, which usually takes place in spring, is an opportunity for the community to express their art through wall painting, weaving, and performing traditional dances. 43. San Bushman Festival. As one of the oldest indigenous communities in South Africa, the San people have many rituals to honor nature and the spirits of their ancestors. One of the most important rituals is the healing ceremony, in which shamans perform dances and songs to connect with the spiritual world. 44. South Africa is home to many endangered species, especially the black rhinoceros and white rhinoceros. Conservation efforts are being made in many reserves to protect these species from poaching. 45. Cape Town is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, famous for its Table Mountain, a distinctive flat-topped mountain. Visitors can climb or take a cable car to the top for panoramic views of the city, ocean, and Cape Peninsula. 46 Garden Route, a 300 kilometers long route that runs along the southern coast of South Africa. This route is famous for its picturesque landscapes, from green forests, coastal cliffs, to pristine beaches. 47. Cape Winelands is famous for its vineyards and long-standing wineries. Stellenbosch, Franschhoek, and Paarl are small towns in the Cape Winelands region, where visitors can visit and enjoy famous South African wines. 48. Drakensberg. A majestic mountain range with high peaks and deep valleys, the Drakensberg is a paradise for those who love to climb and explore nature. The area is also home to many petroglyphs of the ancient San people. 49. Before the arrival of Europeans, South Africa was inhabited by the San, Khoikhoi, and Bantu tribes. The Bantu migrated into the region from the north around the 3rd century. 50. South Africa is a constitutional republic with a parliamentary system. The president is the head of state and government, elected by the National Assembly. The National Assembly consists of 2 houses, the National Assembly, Lower House, and the National Council of Provinces, Upper House. 51. South Africa faces many challenges such as economic inequality, corruption, and land rights. Land tenure reforms are among the hot topics, as the government attempts to address historical injustices without harming the economy. 52. South Africa is a multi-religious country with Christianity as the predominant religion, practiced by about 80% of the population. Major Christian denominations include Roman Catholicism, Protestantism, and independent African denominations. 53. Islam, Hinduism, Judaism, and traditional African religions also have a strong presence in South African society. Each religion has its own communities of believers, with diverse customs and rituals. 54. South Africa is located at the southern tip of Africa, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west and the Indian Ocean to the east. The country shares borders with Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Eswatini, Swaziland. Lesotho is a neighboring country that is entirely within South Africa. 55. South Africa is one of the world's leading producers of gold, platinum, and diamonds. The mining industry contributes greatly to the country's GDP and exports. 56. Agriculture plays an important role in the economy, with major products including cereals, fruits, and wine. 57. Despite its developed economy, South Africa faces problems such as high unemployment, social inequality, and corruption. These problems affect the country's sustainable development and economic stability. Watch the video about Mozambique to learn about another African country. If you like South Africa, hit the like button and subscribe with the bell notification enabled. See you soon.